morning students. Hope you are all fine. Today we are going to see chapter 8 body movements in grade 6 science NCERT book. In our last class we discussed about body movements in humans, human skeletal system, joints and movements. Students, let me ask a question. What is skeletal system? The system that contains of the bones and cartilage is called the skeletal system. The system that consists of the bones and cartilage is called the skeletal system. The bone in a human body are arranged in a framework that give a shape to our body. That framework is called the skeleton. That framework is called the skeleton. Bones are the hard part of the skeleton and cartilage is the soft part of the skeleton. What are the parts of skeletal system? Yes, skull, backbone, rib cage, limbs. Skull that enclose the brain and protect it from injury. Backbone act as a central support of the body. Next one is rib cage. It's present in the chest region of the body. It's made up of 12 pairs of ribs. 12 pairs means 24 bones. So last 2 pairs are floating bones because these two are not joined with the chest bone. So it's called as a floating ribs. Students, do you know one thing? What is inside the bones? Yes, bones have hard, smooth and solid outer shell. It's hard, smooth and solid outer shell. 80% of it's made up of calcium. 80% of bone is made up of calcium. Nerves and blood vessels are present on the surface of the bone. Nerves and blood vessels are present on the surface of the bone. So these are provide nourishment to the bone tissue. Under the hard surface, a sponge-like layer is present. Under the bone, a sponge-like layer is present, which make the bone light in weight and give it strength. So that sponge-like structure, that sponge-like layer make the bone light in weight and give it strength. A jelly-like substance called marrow is present in the middle of the bone. Which is present in the middle of the bone? Yes, marrow. A jelly-like substance called marrow is present in the middle of the bone. Special cells in bone marrow produce different types of blood cells. Special cells in the bone marrow produce different types of blood cells. For example, white blood cells and red blood cells. These are produced by bone marrow. This bone marrow is present inside the bone. It's the center of the bone. It's present in the middle or center of the bone. So, what is inside the bone? Yes, that is a bone marrow. So, this one give a what? Yes, this one give a lightweight and strength to bones. A jelly-like structure called marrow. This bone marrow is produce white blood cells and red blood cells. Next one, bones repair themselves. Bones repair themselves. Your body has a special capacity to heal itself. Same with bones. Our body has a special capacity to heal itself. Same with bones. Like other parts of our body, our bones also work day and night. Our bones also work day and night. Due to this, many wear and tear happens in our skeleton. Cells in our bones keep on regenerating. Listen it. Cells in our bones keep on regenerating, replacing the old weak ones with the new and strong ones. Replacing the old and weak ones with the new and strong ones. It takes almost 7 years for the cell in the bones to regenerate completely. So the regeneration takes 7 years for the cell in the bones to regenerate completely. After 7 years, we have a new skeleton. After 7 years, we have a new skeleton. Our bone have the amazing capability to heal itself. It heal itself. Student, you must have seen boys or girls in your school with plastered hand or leg, because they have fractured their bones in an accident. Doctor put plasters around the affected part, making sure that the bone heals properly and straight. Bones produce a lot of new cells and tiny blood vessels from both ends of the broken parts. Bones produce a lot of new cells and tiny blood vessels from both ends of the broken parts, which rebuild the gap between the bones. That new cells and blood vessels rebuild the gap between the bones. The bones become as good as new. So after rebuild, it's become a new bone. Students, all animals do have bones to support their body movements? No, all animals do not have bones to support their body movements. Animals are grouped into two categories based on the presence or absence of a backbone. Animals are grouped into two categories based on the presence or absence of backbones. Now we'll see movements in animals. Movements in animals. Animals that do not have a backbone are called invertebrate. Animals that do not have backbones are called invertebrate. For example, earthworm and cockroach. They are invertebrate animals because they do not have a backbone. Next one, animals that have a backbone are called vertebrate. Animals that have a backbone are called vertebrate. For example, cat, dog, human being, fish and snake. These all are called vertebrate because they have a backbone. Let us study how different types of animals move. We see different type of animals around us. There are some animals which have muscles and bones, and some which are without bones. In this chapter, we will study the movement of some animals that you frequently see. First one, earthworm, snail, cockroach, birds, fish and snake. First we'll see movement in earthworm. Movement in earthworm. An earthworm has a long tube-like body See this picture. So earthworm has a long tube-like body. The body of an earthworm is made up of many rings joined end to end. The body of an earthworm is made up of many rings joined end to end. An earthworm does not have bones. An earthworm does not have bones. It has muscles which help to extend and shorten the body. So earthworm has a muscle that one help to extend and shorten the body. That one helps to extend and shorten the body. During movement, the earthworm first extend the body. See this picture. This one extend the body. The front part of the body keeping the rear portion fixed to the ground. Then it fixes the front end and release the rear end. So first it's extend the body and fix it, and then it rear the back portion. Then shorten the body and pulls the rear end forward. This make it move forward by a small distance. Repeating such muscles expansion and contraction, the earthworm can move through soil. The earthworm can move through soil. The body secretes a slimy substance to help the movement. The body secretes the slimy substance that help to movement. How does it fix parts of its body to the ground? Do you have any idea? How does it fix parts of its body to the ground? Yes, under its body it has a large number of tiny bristles. Bristles means hair-like structure. So that one we call it as a cheetah. That one we call it as a cheetah. So that hair-like structure help them to fix their part on the ground. Fix their part on the ground. This bristles, the cheetah we all can tell, these bristles are connected with muscles. The bristles help to get a good grip on the ground. So that small hair-like structure help to get a good grip on the ground. Good grip on the ground. The body of an earthworm is made up of many rings joined end to end. Many rings joined end to end. It does not have a bone. Muscles help to extend and shorten the body. During that extension and contraction, earthworm moves. A mature earthworm has a ringed body. So it has a ring body. A large number of very small bristles are projected out on the under surface. It's present on the under surface. The bristles are connected with muscles at their bases. So that bristles are connected with the under muscle. Earthworm move by contracting and expanding their body. There are crystal-like structure called cheetah on their bodies, which help in movements. These crystals are help in movements. The muscular movement push their blood in the direction of the body movement. This movement of blood make the body to move. The muscular movement push their blood in the direction of the body. The muscular movement push their blood in the direction of the body movement. This movement of blood makes the body to move. And earthworms move by crawling. The earthworm moves by crawling. Earthworm have many ring-like structure on its body. Earthworm have many ring-like structure on its body. They are called segments. This ring-like structure we call it as a segments. So that crystal or cheetah are present almost all the segment of the earthworm's body. This cheetah or crystals are present almost the all segment of the earthworm's body. Segment means earthworm has a many ring like structure. That one we call it as a segment. Next we'll see movement in snail. Movement in snail. Snails are also known for their slow movement. So we know this one. Snails are very slowly move from one place to another. You may have seen a hard rounded structure on top of the snail. Yes, snail has a rounded structure on the top of a snail. That one is a very hard structure. This is its outer skeleton called cell. This is its outer skeleton. We have a inner skeleton. Human have a inner skeleton. So snail have a outer skeleton. This outer hard rounded structure it's called as a outer skeleton. This is also called as a shell. But it is not made up of bones. So our skeleton made up of bones. But snail skeleton not made up of bones. The shell helps to protect the snail from cold and danger. So we can see when we are touch that snail, it suddenly pull their body into that cell. Did you see that one? Yes. So this outer skeleton called a shell. It's not made up of bones. This shell help to protect the snail from cold and danger. Snails move with the help of the thick food made of strong muscles. These food are made of strong muscles. The body contains of a head, tentacles, that two filament like structure, that one we call it as a tentacles, and the long muscular foot. So its body contains head, the two tentacles, and then long muscular foot. Snail glide along the ground using their food. So the movement of snail is gliding. So this one glide. So snail glide along the ground using their food. The muscles of the foot move like a wave. The muscles of the foot move like a wave. By this move, it leave a mucus trail. Mucus make the movement easy and prevent injury. Snail's food produce a slimy fluid. It's called as a mucus. It's a jelly-like structure. It's help them to move easily. That fluid we call it as a mucus. Snail is a very slow moving animal. It have a rounded structure called the shell on its back. The shell is the outer skeleton which not made up of bones. It protects them from cold and danger. Snail have two tentacles, pair of tentacles. So it have eyes on the top of the tentacles. It have eyes on the top of the tentacles. Movement in snail takes place by a muscular organ called the foot. It produces the mucus. Mucus means it's a jelly-like substance, jelly liquid. So it's help them to move easily. When a snail has to move, its food come out of the shell through an opening in the shell. Its food come out of the shell. It produces the mucus. Mucus means jelly-like structure. So that the animal get a smooth surface to crawl. The muscular foot produces a series of ways like movements that help an animal to move forward. Shell is dragged along with the food, so that one also carry along with the snail's body. The shell cannot help the snail in their motion. Snail is a small, soft-bodied animal having a round outer shell called exoskeleton on its back. During the rainy season or in a warm and humid weather, a number of snails can be seen in a garden, isn't it? We can see the snail in a rainy season or humid weather, isn't it? In the movement of snail, the shell does not help. It does not help. Snail is dragging its shell along with its body. Snail has a head-like structure with two antennae. These two antennae we call it as a tentacles. Snail has a eyes on the top of these tentacles. The muscular foot produces a series of wave-like movements that help the animals to move forward. Next we'll see motion in cockroach. Cockroaches can walk, swim and fly. Cockroaches can walk, swim and fly. A cockroach has no bones but has an external skeleton. Cockroaches has a no bones but has an external skeleton that protects the body. That external skeleton protects the body of the cockroach. A cockroach has 6 joined legs and 2 pairs of wings. It has a 6 joined legs and 2 pairs of wings. These wings help cockroach to move, and also the legs also helps to move. These wings and legs help cockroaches to move. They can walk and climb with the help of their legs and leg muscles. It's climb and walk with the help of their legs and then legs muscle. They fly short distance with the help of their wings. They fly short distance with the help of their wings and wings muscle. Wings and wing muscles. So walk and climb with the help of leg and leg muscle, and fly short distance with the help of the wings and wing muscles. Cockroach have the 3 pairs of joined legs attached to the breast region. This one help the cockroaches to walk. The 2 pairs of wings are attached to the breast. Same way, the 3 pairs of joint legs also attached to the breast region. In the breast region, there are strong and large muscles. In a breast region, there are strong and large muscles. These muscles move the leg for walking. These muscles move the legs for walking. Another set of breast muscles move the wings during flying. The muscles move the legs for walking. The another set of breast muscle move the wings during flying. Cockroaches do not have bones, and their body is covered with a hard outer skeleton called exoskeleton. Cockroaches do not have bones, and their body is covered with a hard outer skeleton called exoskeleton. What does mean by exoskeleton? Yes, skeleton present outside the body. The skeleton present outside the body is called exoskeleton. The outer skeleton is made of different units joined together and its help in movement. This outer skeleton or exoskeleton is made of different units joined together and its help in movement. Cockroaches generally walk, climb as well as fly in the air. So they have 3 pairs of legs. That one is attached with the breast muscle, and then 2 pairs of wings also attached with the breast muscles. Legs are helps in climbing and walking. That wings are helps in flying. Next one, movement in birds. Movement in birds. Birds fly in the air and walk on the ground. Birds fly in the air and walk on the ground. Some birds like ducks and swans swim in water. Some birds like duck and swan swim in water. The birds can fly because their body are well suited for flying. Birds can fly because their body are well suited for flying. Their bones are hollow and light and body is streamlined. Their bones are hollow and light. Their body is streamlined. The bones of the hind limb are typical for walking and perching. That means leg bones. The bony part of the forelimb, that one is a wings. That one is present in the wings. This is modified as wings. The shoulder bones are strong. The breastbones are modified to hold muscles of flight. Muscles of flight which are used to move the wings up and down. See this picture. First 3. The wings are moved down and forward, lifting the body in the air. Down and forward to lifting the body in the air. This movement is termed downstroke. First 3 we call it as a downstroke. See 4 to 7 movement. The wings are lifted upward in preparing for another downstroke. So the 4th one, 5th one, 6th one and 7th one, see, it's the lifting upward. The wings are lifted upward in preparing for the another downstroke. This movement is termed as upstroke. This movement is called upstroke. Birds have 2 kinds of locomotion. Birds can walk on any surface with their legs. Birds can walk on any surface with their legs. The bones of the hind limbs are lift for walking and perching. Hind limb means, yes, that one is a leg. Duck and swans can also swim in water. Birds fly in the air by spreading their wings. They use their chest muscle to flap their wings. That they use their chest muscle to flap their wings. The body of bird is streamlined. This one is very help in flying. The body of bird is streamlined and suitable for flying. With the help of that streamlined body only they can fly. Their bones are hollow and light in weight. The bony parts of the forelimbs are modified as wings. So the forelimbs are modified as wings. Mosquito, house flies fly with the help of the wings attached to their body. Same way these birds also fly with the help of their wings attached to their bodies. Birds have feathers on their body which make the body light. Their forelimbs are modified into wings. Birds have hollow bones. Hollow bones means the bones contain air cavities which help their body light and helps them in flight. That means flying. So if it have a very heavy weight bone means it's not possible to fly. Because of these hollow bones it's easily fly. Their wings are attached to the strong bones called breastbone in the center. These bones can hold the strong flight muscles to move the wings up and down. By this way birds are flying. Next one, fish. Movement in fish. Fish have a skeleton just like us inside the body called endoskeleton. It's like our body. Fish also have a endoskeleton. The endoskeletons are attached to the very strong muscles that help the fish to swim in water. Endoskeleton is attached to the very strong muscles that help the fish to move in or swim in water. Fish have a streamlined body that is broader in the center and narrow at the end. See, these are all the fish. So their bodies are broader in center and narrow at the two ends. See in this one. So this reduces friction in water and allow them to swim easily. So through this streamlined body they can easily move in water. Students, have you ever noticed this one? Streamlined shape in aeroplanes, boats, ships and also in birds. It helps to reduce friction. By that way they can easily move in air and in water. The movement of fish is due to the opposite action of the W-shaped muscles attached to the both sides of the backbone and the action of its fins. During swimming, the tail is swept from side to bend the body in the opposite direction to produce a force that pulls the fish forward. When front part of the fish curves to one side, its tail swings the opposite side. This zigzag wavy pattern, see the fish, so it moves zigzag wavy pattern of movement. It helps the fish to move ahead or forward. Fish have a number of fins. Fish have a number of fins that help to balance the body in water and tail fins to change the direction. The tail fins to change the direction and remaining fins help them to balance in the water. The skeleton of fish is covered with strong muscles. During swimming, muscles make the front part of the body curve to one side and the tail part swings towards the opposite side. See, the tails are in one direction and the head are in another one direction. Then quickly the body and tail curve to the other sides. This make jerk and push the body forward. A series of such jerks make the fish swim forward. Fish also have other fins on their body, which means the help to keep the balance of the body and to keep direction while swimming. Next one, movement in snake. Movement in snake. Snakes does not have limbs. Limbs mean yes, legs, arms or wings. They move by crawling on their bellies. They have scales which cover their body. The scales are cover their body and help them to crawl. Most of the snakes move on a wave-like manner. See, they are move wave-like manner. See this picture. The flexible backbone help them in the movement. The body curves like a wave. The wave-like motion pushes the body forward by pressing against the ground. This wave-like movement pushes the body forward by the pressing against the ground. See this image. First one throws its body in S-shaped waves. See that bodies are in S-shaped waves. Next image, the curves, that S-shaped curves push against the ground and pass backward. Third one, as the curves passes backward, the snake is pulled forward. That curves passes backward and then snake pulls their body forward. Through this way, snake move on the ground. Snake have a backbone. That means it's called a vertebral column, just like birds, fish and human. Snakes have a long backbone of 200 to 400 vertebrae. 200 to 400 vertebrae are present in their backbone and a pair of ribs attached to each vertebra. Pair of ribs also there. These interlinked vertebrae and strong muscles attached to them give flexibility and slithering movement to snakes. A snake while moving makes many loops on its side. See their loops in that picture. So it's make many loops on their side. The forward push of the loops against the surface. The forward push of the loops against the surface makes the snake move forward. Some snake can swim in water by the same way. Okay students, we completed this lesson. Read these all topics in your NCERT book. We will see next lesson in our next class. Thank you students. Stay home, stay safe.